وهم من كل حدب ينسلون. And Gog and Magog, when they are released, they spread out in every direction, which is one meaning. And if you spread out in every direction, then you'll take control of the world. The land, the sea, the air. Read Toynbee. Read Arnold Toynbee. Read a book called Civilization on Trial. I'm giving you good books to read, incidentally, not comic books. Read Arnold Toynbee, the British historian. Read a book entitled Civilization on Trial. You should get it on the internet. It was written somewhere around 80 years, 90 years ago, 1935, somewhere around 70, 80 years ago. And in that book, Arnold Toynbee points out that modern Western civilization has risen upon the world with a mission to take control of the whole world. And he says, the land, the sea, the air, everything. He said it in that book. وَهُمْ مِنْ كُلِّ حَدَبٍ يَنْسِلُونَ. They spread out in all directions, and with the indestructible power they take control of the world. For the first time in history, one people will control the whole world. Nobody ever did that before. The other meaning is that they descend from every height. So they target you and they impose themselves upon you. You can't get away from them. Which town is it? Which town is it that is linked with Gog and Magog, which is the biggest footprint of all? Which town? We used this methodology, that we looked at all the ahadith of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ pertaining to Gog and Magog, to see whether there was any town mentioned by him that is linked to Gog and Magog. And when we had studied all the ahadith, we found only one town, only one in the hadith. And it is Baytul Maqdis, Jerusalem, Al-Quds. And so we said, well, here is a hypothesis which is already resting on fairly firm foundations, since this is a town mentioned in the hadith that is connected with Gog and Magog. So let's look and try on the shoe and see whether it fits. Why can't we do that? So then we looked at Jerusalem, and we found that this is a town which was destroyed by Allah, and Banu Israel were expelled from the town, even though Allah had given the land to them. The first time that they violated the covenant with fasad, وَقَضَيْنَا إِلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ فِي الْكِتَابِ لَتُفْسِدُنَّ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَّتَيْنِ وَتَعَلُنَّ عُلُوًّا كَبِيرًا. The first time they committed fasad, he expelled them and then banned them from returning. For 100 years they were in Babylon. And then he allowed them to return. And then the second period of fasad. And then he punished them again and he expelled them. And having expelled them this time, he left a door open for them. Despite all your wickedness, it is still possible. Asa Rabbukum ayyarhamakum. It is still possible for you to be forgiven and have mercy. There's only one door. This is the door, a man named Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you shut that door, then tilka ummatun qad khalat. You finish. Divine punishment will now begin. And if you are taken for a ride and brought back to the Holy Land by Gog and Mgog, and you return with your fasad, then guess what I'll do with you? وَإِنْ عُدْتُمْ عُدْنَا. If you return with your fasad, your wickedness, your oppression, I will return with my punishment. The first time was an army that punished them. The second time was an army that punished them. The third time it will be an army that will punish them. I don't need the hadith from Khorasan. The Quran is enough for me. Yes, I said it to you before. A Muslim army will now attack and destroy the state of Israel. And so, we recognize the town to be Jerusalem. And we ask the question, who are those who liberated Jerusalem and brought Banu Israel back to Jerusalem? If you can recognize who they are, you have recognized Gog and Mgog. There are other footprints by which you can recognize them. That they commit fasad, perpetrate fasad. Fasad in the political system, fasad in the economy, fasad in the money that you use, fasad in the food that you eat, fasad in the male-female relationship, ending with a man marrying a man. Anyhow you turn, it's fasad. There are other footprints by which we can recognize Gog and Mgog. They're very thirsty, said the Prophet ﷺ. They'll drink up all the water of the world. They'll pass by a river and drink it dry. Well, isn't it time for us to do a little bit of homework and check out what's happening in the freshwater part of the world? Are our rivers drying up? Are our lakes drying up? Is there a decrease in the amount of fresh water available in the world? When last have you checked out the subject? The evidence is overwhelming that tomorrow people are not going to be fighting wars over oil. No, it's going to be over water. Yeah. But there is one body of water which supersedes all others in importance. And now we come to the one hadith that has created a problem for the world of Islamic scholarship. The hadith is in Sahih Muslim. It speaks of the return of Nabi Isa alayhi salam. And then he kills Dajjal. And then after he has killed Dajjal, فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ. Ba'atha does not mean release. Ba'atha means to send. But somehow or the other, everybody have come to the conclusion that after Nabi Isa alayhi salam kills Dajjal, that Allah will now release Ba'atha, Gog and Mgog. And when He releases them, the first will pass by the Sea of Galilee. If you are in the area of the Caucasus Mountains and you're moving towards the Sea of Galilee, you're going south. Okay? So Gog and Mgog, so Zulkarnain in his third journey had to have gone north. The first of them will pass by the Sea of Galilee, but in Arabic it's not the Sea of Galilee. That's an English word.